Okay, so just type in your calculator 1170. Now, how many days are there? I mean, how many hours are there in a day? How many hours does the average person work? Sorry, 8 hours, right? So multiply it by 8 hours. So what is that? Times 8. So the average person who's making 1170, which is kind of a wage that if you're at the low end, you know, it's a little above minimum wage. You're making 93 a day, 93.60. Okay. The average person works 5 days a week, okay? And let's say takes about a month off with vacations, sick days, national holidays, okay? So what we're going to do is take 93.60 here, and we'll multiply it times 5 days a week, right? Times about 44 weeks, let's say. Or we could go a little higher. 11 months times 4 weeks, right? Around 44 weeks, let's say that. And that would be 8 weeks off. And I meant 8 weeks off, not 1 month off. The average person, when you average in sick days and this and not productive and having to pick up the kids and vacations, let's just pick that number. We can change it if we want to. So what does that add up to? So $93 a day times 5 days times 44. So that's around $20,000. All right, so, and this is obviously low. There's a lot of you making more than this, okay? But that's just what this person emailed me. So I'm just telling you the story of how my brain works. And this applies to you, whatever income you make. So let's just say they're making $20,000. Now, I want you to imagine an alternate reality, because this is the reality for me financially, where I've changed the structure of how income is, and it makes all the difference in the world. So watch this. What if $11.70 an hour, okay? But what if 24 hours a day, that much money was being made, okay? Times 24. What's 1170 times 24 here? Hours a day. This is crazy. This is gonna, no one's ever told you this, because no one's ever told me this, which is very annoying. All right, I just changed my calculator to cosines. All right, and trigonometry. Okay, 1170 times 24 hours. Now, you're making $280 a day and 80 cents. Another reality. What if that much money flows in 365 days a year? Not 44 weeks, every day, 52 weeks. So now we're making 280 cents, but times every day. Times 365 is right around $102,000 a year. Which reality do you want to live in? $20,000 a year or $102,000 a year? Remember, it's still only making 11 bucks an hour. This is a game-changing concept. Now, some of you might think, yeah, that's obvious. If you work more, it's not obvious. Have you ever thought about it like this? Be honest. Did anyone ever tell you this? So what has to happen? Well, this is called a business consultant like Peter Drucker, somebody from Harvard. They would call this productivity. A change in productivity. Meaning, this is what productivity means. It means it's the same life, but in those days, you get more out of it. So instead of just getting 8 hours of income times 44 weeks, you get a full-on 24/7, 365 productivity boost, and you're making $102,000. But if your friends ask you how much you make an hour, you just tell them, I make 11 bucks an hour. And they're gonna be like, 11 bucks an hour? How are you affording, that Mercedes? Or how come you take a vacation when you want to? Or how come you have this cool apartment or house and I'm still struggling? How'd you do it? You tell them, oh, I only make $11.70 an hour, but I use the time given me more productively than the average person making $11.70. See, the big scam in the world is that we've separated life and income. So we go, this is my income earning time, and this is my life time. Let's say you got a huge raise, okay? You triple your pay. That's a lot. The average raise in the world is 1% to 3% a year. Let's say you get a 300% raise. So now, $11.70, you're making, roughly 35 bucks an hour. You'd still only be making 60 or 70,000 bucks a year. You'd still lose to the person making $11.70. This is a mind-expanding thing for most people. Even if you understand automated income, you got to ask yourself, at 2 in the morning last night, did you make any money? And if the answer is no, you haven't yet tapped in to what I'm talking about right now. This world of a productive and wealthy and prosperous is the best word, alternative reality.